the near future, you can DM in the Instagram to set that up. And if you don't, then just grab like pillows, blankets, sort of whatever you can. And the nice part about this is that it's really relaxing. So that's kind of what we want to do, is we want to focus on switching our nervous system as much as we can into the parasympathetic. So that's our rest and digest. Oftentimes we're operating in the fight or flight mode, which is necessary sometimes and sometimes not so much. So we're gonna get real slow and real deep today into that rest and digest space. So we're gonna get started here on our backs. I've got a bolster. So if you don't have a bolster, that's all good. You're just gonna try and sort of stack up a few pillows, and I want them lengthwise along the spine so that you get a nice opening through the chest. So for a bolster, I'm gonna take about a fist distance gap between my butt and the bolster. And then I'm just gonna slowly lay myself back so that my head is supported and my back is supported, and then my chest is really open. So you can take your hands out nice and wide to the sides. And then there's lots of options with your feet. You can come to butterfly feet, soles of feet connect, knees wide. You can take your feet wide and knock your knees in, or you can stretch your legs out straight if that's not too much pressure for the low back. So once you've sort of landed in this shape, whatever it looks like, you're going to start to close your eyes. And start to let go of the breath. So you don't have to put on any specific kind of breath here. For this first bit, I just want the breath to be natural. Just let it flow in and out the nose as you like. You can start to notice the sensations in the body. Something to focus on is, where does your breath land? So the rise and fall of the chest is a really nice, obvious spot to stay. Or maybe just watching the belly rise and fall as well. But if you'd like to choose a different area to focus on, maybe it's something that's coming up for you in your body, an injury, or there's just a specific heart center, belly center, third eye center, something that you have as part of your practice. And the beautiful part about our body is that when we choose to focus on something mentally, the physical body sends more blood to this area. And blood is like our ambulance, so it carries everything that we need and flushes out what we don't. And so just allowing the attention to settle in one spot, and just let yourself start to melt into the props, into the floor, into this vessel, this body. starting to notice here if the mind is having trouble staying in one spot. No big deal. Most of us feel that way on a regular basis. And the mind is a muscle, so we're taking the mind to the gym and letting the body really rest. Just being compassionate towards yourself and knowing that, again, like going to the gym, you have to strengthen it. It's not going to be easy at first, but you just keep showing up, you keep going back. So just allowing the mind, when you notice it wandered off, just bring it back to that space, be it noticing the breath in your body or being in a certain area of the body. Like when you pour water into an ice cube tray and it fills all the cracks, feel your body just melting into the cracks, just softening layer by layer, slowly getting deeper and deeper into relaxation. Let's begin to breathe a little deeper here through the nose. And open the mouth and exhale. A few more breaths like that. Deep inhale, fill the lungs. Open mouth, exhale. 2 more, slow breath in. Slow breath out. Last one's yours, inhale. And exhale. Start to move into your fingers and your toes, just as if you were waking up from Shavasana. If your legs are straight, you're going to start to bend your knees and bring the soles of the feet to connect down onto your mat. And then roll to your right shoulder into a fetal posture, so let the knees stack. Pull them up towards your chest, and then use your right hand like a pillow. Hold yourself here. Just let, again, the body release. pull the knees a little further up towards the chest so the back rounds, just to counter that opening. Again, just a few more breaths here. Let's take that left hand down towards the floor. You're gonna press your way up nice and slow towards a seat, but keep facing the right edge of your mat. And so instead of facing forward, you're gonna face the right, just so we can shift into this next pose. It's gonna be sort of on an angle. So you're gonna come into deer shape. So the right shin will face the right upper corner of your mat. Your knees in a 90-degree angle, and then that left leg is at a 90-degree angle as well. So your left thigh is facing the front right corner, and then grab a hold of your bolster or your pillow setup. And I want it to be an extension of the right hip. And then from here, we're gonna come back down and lay back onto that bolster. So this is a big opening for the front of the left hip, specifically the quad and the hip flexor. And then once again, melting yourself into the cracks. So find a comfortable position for your arms. And a slight flex into your feet, so you don't want to feel any pain in the knees. And then again, just letting yourself drop in. What I'll offer you here is just noticing the inhales. So letting the mind focus on your breath coming into the body. Over and over again, just noticing the breath come in. Make sure that your head is supported onto that prop, whatever is underneath you. Letting the mind come back to the breath in over and over again, just noticing it arriving in the body. If the sensation in the front of your left hip is starting to get a little louder, okay, you can walk that left foot away from you. And then send the breath there, so still focusing on the inhales, but let the breath reside in the space of tension. As if your lungs were placed in the front of the left thigh, each inhale expanding and each exhale softening it. And then take that inhale a little deeper through the nose. Open your mouth and exhale. And start to walk yourself back up. Bring your bolster with you. Keep your legs as they are. And you're gonna slide the bolster now in front of your right shin. And then we'll come into full deer pose traditional sense, and you're just gonna lay yourself down. I like to put my forearms onto the bolster, or maybe the chest. And then just let the chin soften down. And if you don't need a bolster in front of you and you're pretty open in the hips, then you can absolutely just bring your chest down over top of your right thigh, your right shin, and lay your head down either on your hands or on a block. And still keeping the mind on the inhales. I want you to notice them traveling down the body, so into the nose, down the back of the throat, and into your lungs. So just following that pathway each inhale. Can you soften a little deeper, a little more? Maybe you're holding tension somewhere in the body, the back of the shoulders, the neck, the jaw. Just training the body to relax one layer at a time, one breath at a time. Let's take about 5 more slow, deep breaths here. Start to walk your hands back underneath your shoulders. And then take your hands behind you, and I just want you to windshield wipe your knees from right to left here. Just flex into the feet. Sweep the knees real slow from side to side, and just notice the difference from one leg to the other. Okay, and then we're gonna switch and do the other side. So your left shin is gonna come somewhat on an angle towards that front left corner, and your right thigh will be there as well. And you're gonna grab that bolster, place it lengthwise on the mat. Remember, the accentuation is through the right hip, so ensuring that that feels comfortable, and then begin to lay yourself, your spine down onto the props. Let the head be supported as well. And then you can take your hands up or down. So palms down is more grounding, and the back of the hands is more opening. You're gonna look for a sensation in the front of your right hip, right thigh, hip flexor. And let the eyes close and melt into this shape. And then I want you to start to focus on the exhales here. Just letting the mind sort of grab a hold of that to focus on. Just each exhale, watching it go.
Today's gonna be the day that they're gonna give it back to you. By now you should have somehow realized what you gotta do. I don't believe that anybody feels the way I do about you now.
Imagining that lung expanding and contracting as you breathe in, and visualize the lung is in the space of tension, so in the front of the right hip. And just 5 more slow breaths here. Start to slowly make your way back up. Okay, and you're gonna bring the bolster with you. You may or may not need it. Just placing it in front of your left shin now. Keeping your legs in that 90-degree angle. We're gonna counter that and fold over the left shin. So your forearms can come down onto that support, or potentially your chest. And if you know that you don't need it, then just place it to the side and fully walk your torso forward, lay your chest down onto your shin, and then create some support for your head, so be it your hands or a prop or a pillow. And if this is really intense, you can shift your body weight closer to your knee. And if you need a little more, then other direction towards the foot.
That lingers when we're done.
take a deep breath in here. And a full breath out. Start to walk your hands back underneath you. Take the hands behind you and we'll just windshield wash the legs again from side to side. Move really slow. Ensure your feet are flexed here. And then bring your legs back to center. You're gonna cross your ankles and then come forward onto hands and knees for me. And once you get there, just a few really slow movements through cat and cow. Allowing the belly to lower down as you slide the shoulders down your back and lift your heart up. And then gently round the spine like a cat. Tuck your chin in towards your chest. Just continue a little back and forth with those two shapes as you like. Nice, and then come back to neutral. You're gonna grab a hold of your bolster, whatever prop you're using. We're gonna take a wide-legged supported child's pose. So your knees are gonna come wide, your big toes will touch, and then press the prop a little further forward so that when you lay down, your head can be supported. You're gonna take your left cheek to start. And just let that left cheek land here. I like to wrap my arms forward as if I was gonna hug the bolster. And then just let the eyes close. Just a smooth, steady breath here. You're gonna switch your cheek to the other side, so lay the right cheek down, supported. There's a slight tuck of the chin, so the back of the neck is long. And then again, just smooth, steady, soft breaths here.
Now I'm all alone and my joys turn open. Tell me, where are you now that I need you? Where are you now? Where are you now that I need you? with you when nobody else was paying. I give you the shirt on my back, what you saying, to keep it warm. I showed you the game everybody else was playing, that's for sure. And I was on my knees when nobody else was praying, oh Lord.
And then take a nice slow breath in. And a soft breath out. Start to walk your hands back underneath you. And prop your bolster and then bring it up towards the front of your mat and cross it. And then you're gonna bring your forearms, your elbows over top to the other side of that bolster. And then gently stretch your legs out so that you land in a supported Sphinx pose. Okay, so palms will be facing down, and then you can take your legs wider than your hips. This is going to create more space in the low back. Let the chest heavy onto the prop. Okay, you can wiggle the legs in and out a few times here just to shake out any tension from that last shape. And then if you've got something for the head, I recommend placing like a prop underneath the forehead and then just letting your forehead come to rest if that's comfortable, or just let the gaze stay forward and close your eyes.
Dragonfly out in the sun, you know just what I mean. Butterflies all having fun, you know just what I mean. No one else sleep in peace, day's done. That's what I mean. And this whole world is a bowl. Whole world is a bowl. Stars way shine, know just how I feel. Scent of the pine, you know just how I feel. Yeah, free, love is mine. I know how I feel. Yeah, it's a new dawn, it's a new day. New dawn, it's a new day. I'm feeling.
Know that you can soften more. And then go there, let yourself go there even deeper, layer by layer, breath by breath.
It's a funny thing for me to try to explain how I'm feeling. Turn so quietly. Who you think he is? Look at what you did to me. Tennis shoes don't even need to buy a new dress. You ain't there, ain't nobody left to impress. It's the way that you know what I thought I knew. It's the beat that my heart skips when I'm with you. 'Cause I still don't understand just how you look and do what no one else can. Got me looking so crazy right now. Your love got me looking so crazy right now. Got me looking so crazy right now. Your touch got me looking so crazy right now. Got me hoping you'll page me right now. Your kiss got me hoping you'll save me right now. Looking so crazy in love. It's got me looking so crazy in love.
5 more deep, slow breaths here.
Got me looking so crazy, my baby. I'm not myself lately. I'm foolish, I don't do this. I've been playing myself, but baby, I don't care. 'Cause baby, your love's got the best of me. Baby, you're making a fool of me. You got me sprung and I don't care who sees. Baby, you got me going crazy. Got me looking so crazy right now. Your love got me looking so crazy right now. Got me looking so crazy right now. Your love got me looking so crazy right now.
You're gonna remove anything that's underneath the forehead. And then just gently press the prop or the bolster either to the side or forward. Come down fully, so create a pillow with the backs of your hands. Let your forehead tap down onto the hands, and then just sway the hips a little bit from side to side here. And then you're gonna bend up into your knees. And just windshield wipe the knees now from right to left, the feet from right to left.
And I saw my reflection in snow-covered hills till the landslide brought me down. Oh, mirror in the sky, what is that?
And then release your legs and roll onto your back from here. Bend up into your knees and then bring your knees in towards your chest. Interlace your hands to your shins. Rock a little from side to side. Release any tension or buildup in the low back.
Afraid of changing, 'cause I built my life around you. But time makes you bolder, even children get older. I'm getting older too.
And then last shape before Shavasana, we'll take the feet down, bring the soles of the feet to connect, let the knees fall wide. Reclined butterfly. So you might place a prop underneath the knees just to support so that gravity doesn't tug too tightly on the inner thighs. And then let's bring the left hand to the chest and the right hand to connect to the belly. And then feel the breath into this space. Feel that gentle pressure, that press of the torso into the palms of your hands.
Take my love, take it down. Oh, climb mountains down. And if you see my reflection in snow-covered hills, will the landslide bring it down?
a deep breath in here. And a soft breath out. Grab your hands and gather the knees back towards each other. And then you may take your knees in towards your chest once again just to release any tension in the low back. We're going to come towards Shavasana now, so if you've got that bolster, just reach over top of your head or to the side and gently place it underneath your knees. And then stretch your legs out to the corners of your mat and then bring your hands wider than your hips. Let the palms face up here, slide the shoulder blades down your back. And then open your jaw nice and wide. Take a stretch for the inside of the mouth. Lick your lips and swallow. Clear your throat as you need to. And then take a deep breath in through the nose. Open the mouth and exhale. A little bit of a softer inhale here. Soft exhale. And then softest one yet, breath in. Breath out. Let yourself really melt now, really let go. And I'll call you back when it's time.
Listen carefully to the sound of your
Just feel free to stay on your back here to close the practice. No need to get up, just in case you want to savor a few more minutes there. And with your eyes closed and your breath steady, just slowly sip a little bit of air in through the nose. Part the lips and let it go. Namaste. Thank you so much again for joining me. If you have any questions, feedback, find me on Instagram at Mel Emlyn. And if you do want the playlist today, I don't know if you guys were able to hear it. Hopefully you were.